Hi, welcome to the Just Ask series. Here is where we promote cross-cultural communication to learn from each other and to encourage community. Over the past decade or so, or the more recent history, we have been moving forward into a culture of having conversations that we really haven't had in the past. Hence, this may be the first time that different people who are being interviewed may be answering this question or answering a question that is posed. So that means to say that sometimes their answer is in the early stages of their development, which will probably continue to grow, and we'll continue to have guests on. And so you may see them coming out in a stronger stance in the future. So we come together to honor, respect, and with curiosity to ask each other deeper questions. The individuals who are being interviewed are they're only speaking from their personal lived experience. They are not here by no means an individual to represent or speak on behalf of the community or the population that they identify with. So without further ado, let's sit back and let's get to know each other.
So I would like to start off by saying I am very honored to be able to interview you, Granddaughter Crow. So to start this off, I think it's kind of important that people get an understanding of your background culturally and generationally, because those all really impact who we are as people. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, perfect. So they call me Granddaughter Crow. I am born to the Billigana clan for the Taachini clan, a member of the Navajo Nation, as well as Dutch heritage. And so that means that my father is full-blood Navajo. English is his second language. He is 90 years old. And my mother is full Dutch. And she is also up there in her age. And so my father had me a little bit later in life. He was almost 40 and my mom was around 30. I'm the youngest of three. And so my parents are of an older generation. However, I am X-Gen, Gen X, and I'm proud of being a Generation X because that was a very transformational generation that we were being raised by boomers, and then we started raising other cultures. We got the internet during our lifetime. I know what it's like to dial up on a landline. There's all those types of things. I know what it's like. You need two keys to get into, one to get into your car, the second one to start the car. I know about if you want to turn your brights on, you got to tap your left foot to the left side. And there's just a lot of transformative things that happened within my generation, as well as we were well known for being latchkey kids. So although my mother was home, she was a stay-at-home mom, she definitely, and I didn't carry a key to the house, she definitely was kind of in and out. So I was treated like an adult in a young body, and responsibilities of taking care of myself independently is something that I strongly identify with. So.
How do you think in general that impacts your worldview based on not only like culturally how you grew up? I know that you grew up in a predominantly Christian household and things like that, being of a Navajo heritage, having a Christian upbringing, being a Gen Xer. How does that really impact your identity in a practical way?
Yeah, in a practical way, that's a good question. And one that you'd never think that you're going to have to answer. It's more of an internal question that you deal with and struggle with and find victories around as an individual, learning your own identity as you're growing up. So first off, I would like to say that I was Native American before being Native American was cool. I was born on the Navajo Reservation, which is in New Mexico. And then my family moved up to Denver, Colorado and from what I was told by my parents, they did that for their children, including me, their white man education, white man medical. And I believe that to be true as the youngest. As soon as I graduated from high school at age 17, that summer, I moved out and went off on my own, as well as my father moved back down to the res, and he has not lived up here. My mother shortly followed after that. So they both live back down in Farmington, New Mexico. So it was really interesting because I was a Native American little girl and a Dutch girl, and I was immediately put into a predominantly, like you said, my father actually is a reverend of the Christian faith, which is another story. And I was moved into a private school with predominantly white privileged individuals. And I almost felt like I was the poster child. I was given discounts because of who my father was and who that I'm representing the Native American population and that type of a thing. So it was a difficult thing. But now it actually seems cool in my older age, and it's not because I'm older. I think that it's because there's more awareness around cultural appreciation. So now it's like I don't realize that people are identifying with me because I am a member of the Navajo Nation, and now they're looking up to me because of that. And I'm like, what changed? I didn't, so.
Yeah, I think that that's really important for people to recognize, because they see you and they might not immediately register, oh, she's Native American, just like there are some people who they don't register immediately, oh, that person is Latino or Afro Latina or anything like that. So I just want to say thank you so much for kicking off this wow, I just lost all ability to think of
Well, I can understand that because these are deep conversations, and it's almost like learning it's like the movie Life of Pi. You don't have a map and you're just kind of tossed by the whole depth of the conversation. And but yeah, I think that the lived experience has been unique unto myself. I do not speak on behalf of even my brother or sister, as they grew up with similar things. However, their experience probably was a lot different. I held on to the Native American traditional, and I had to teach myself because my father was a reverend of the Christian faith. And so I had to go back and learn it for myself. And it gets really deep, and we don't know how to navigate these waters. But I want to say thank you for rowing this boat and helping me navigate these waters, Alana. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? Are we good?
I think this is a good stopping place.
Perfect. So awesome, you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you do liked and you want to see more of the Just Ask series, which we will be bringing on a plethora, if they use that word anymore, a plethora of individuals who relate to maybe, their sexual orientation or other cultures or even other populations or communities. And if you like this, please like and subscribe, and we will have more for you.